presented by Seat77.com. As always, Dave DeBa is coming to you live from the Super Plus Seat 77 broadcast studio in the heart of Silicon Valley. Now, Dave DeBa. And now, North America, it's time for a Dave DeBa editorial rant.
So, March Madness has arrived, North America. It's that time of the year when all productivity at work goes completely out the door. Employees across North America are loading up their calendars with a bunch of fake meetings. They are suddenly coming down with mysterious colds and attending a bunch of out-of-state conferences and trade shows, which never happened. It's that time of the year when universities we've never heard of before show up on national television. Schools like Florida Gulf Coast, Hampton, Cal State University Bakersfield, Iona, the University of North Carolina Asheville, the University of North Carolina Wilmington, Holy Cross, and is South Dakota really that big that they have a university called South Dakota State? But the state of Iowa, or as I call it, the state people from Minnesota love to hate, actually got 3 teams into the big dance. The University of Iowa, Iowa State, and the powerhouse that you've never heard of before called Northern Iowa. But even more surprising than the fact that the state of Iowa has 3 teams attempting to participate in March Madness is there are 2 schools I've actually never heard of before. The first being the Blue Raiders. That's right, the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee State. And the second being Stony Brook, which one of my daughters thought was Storybrooke from the hit ABC TV show called Once Upon a Time. So how should companies deal with the employee madness of March? The answer is to simply embrace it. Years ago, I was working on a consulting project at a company in the Silicon Valley. And the company decided to go into the opposite direction. Instead of embracing March Madness, they issued stern emails to all employees and policed the sea of cubicles to ensure people weren't watching the games. They walked around like members of the Shawshank Redemption prison guards. I even saw one guy slip one of the prison guards a few dollars so he could dive into a conference room and lock the door. I have one word for that company: ridiculous. The very idea that work is somehow more important than a major sporting event is like asking me to sit through a foreign film and be forced to read the subtitles. Look, I'm not saying foreign films with subtitles are bad, but I would never force anyone to watch one. Ironically, the company in question was liberal about beer in the office. So I wondered, what the hell was the problem? Well, as it turns out, the CEO of the company hated basketball. I mean, he really hated it. He hated it so much that something must have happened to him on a basketball court during middle school. Which leads me to my point. While March Madness is basketball, it isn't really basketball. It's an event which brings non-sports fans and sports fans together. March Madness, like the Super Bowl, is ingrained in our society. People all across North America who haven't even watched 1 second of college basketball all year are suddenly experts in why they think the Arizona Wildcats are going to win it all. By the way, Arizona lost in the first round to the Wichita State Shockers. Sure, there is some light gambling in the office that goes on, but March Madness should not be squashed in the workplace because it actually has the power to bring an entire company together. Seriously, other than that torturous holiday party you suffer through every year, you know the one, where you end up talking to your coworker's husband about the time he sang in a New Kids on the Block cover band. So seriously, what other event has the power to bring sales guys, engineers, HR, marketing, and operation type people together than a good old-fashioned March Madness pool? So if you're in management at a company, don't be a jerk and knock down March Madness so you can get a few more hours of productivity out of your team. Rather, embrace the power of the team-building aspects that March Madness brings to the office. And for the love of God, double the dollars in the unsanctioned company bracket pool.
North America. You've been listening to an exclusive editorial rant by Dave DeBar, presented by Seat77.com.